and welcome to CPA Affiliate Success. Over the course of the next couple of hours, I'm going to walk with you. We're going to walk through every single step between you and CPA success. Whether you're brand new and you're just learning about networks and getting accepted, you want a few tips on being accepted to these networks, or you want something that's a little more in depth because you have a little experience with CPA marketing, you're going to learn some really interesting strategies here. And you've probably got a lot of information on CPA marketing, but I promise you that when you combine the information and the skills you already have with the strategy you're going to learn in this course, it's going to make things a lot easier on you. Obviously, everybody has different backgrounds. You come to this course with your own knowledge, your own skills, your own talents. But when you put it together with this knowledge, it's going to make your road to success a lot easier, especially if you follow the mindset stuff that we're going to talk about later on in this course. And CPA marketing is really cool. And when you get into CPA marketing, there are certain factors in your business that you will not have to deal with anymore. So if you're used to working as an affiliate and you know that you've got to be this brilliant A-level writer, forget about it. Obviously, we can sit here and talk to you about conversion and psychology and the way that the human brain works and how to build bonds with people. And we can talk about that for months. But it's something that really takes a lifetime of skill to become a master at. There's really no way around it. And if you're not a good writer, for the most part, there's no way you can get around having that sales knowledge and having that sales skill and being able to pre-sell, warming your potential buyers up to making the purchase. But you get rid of that with CPA because pretty much all the marketing materials, depending on which business model you use, obviously, are already going to be completely done by your partners. You also won't have to worry about building credibility, building your brand, any of that stuff, because it's already done for you. You know, you don't have to convince people that Netflix or Home Depot or the iPod, you don't have to convince people that these are good products because they're already saturated. The customer already knows about them. So it becomes a lot easier to sell, and it becomes a lot easier to make a profit. And this is something that's going to scale up for you the more that you put the work into it. So those are two things that you're not going to have to worry about anymore when you're using CPA. Your business just gets a whole lot easier when you are not becoming a genius writer. You also won't have to worry about creating products. I know that a lot of people, they get into marketing and everybody says, oh, the thing to do is to create products. And that really requires a lot of different skills. You've got to now be a great researcher, right? You've got to be great at compiling. You've got to be great at setting deadlines because for most of us, our first information product takes 3 months, 4 months. That's a very long time. And most people are not able to put that kind of energy and time into running this kind of marathon that it takes to create a product. And once you've made the product, you've got to deal with joint venture partners. You've got to deal with affiliates. You've got to, there are so many moving parts to product creation that if you were to get like a really good course on it, you're spending 8, 9, 10 hours just learning how to create products. CPA marketing is a much simpler gig. It's just about finding good offers and promoting them. And, once you've done all that work, you don't have to suck up to customers either. It stinks to, start doing your own support when you start getting a larger mailing list. Everybody has questions for you. Everybody needs help. Everybody has a sob story. And when you do try to help people, 95% of them never will take a single step towards helping themselves or taking any action. There just aren't a lot of action takers. And if you've gone through outsourcing and hiring employees, you know that most of the people who you hire and give money to aren't action takers. They'll always get sick. They'll always have something wrong. Here, you don't have to deal with that. So it's just you. It's just you and your skills and your ability to test and implement. And that is so much simpler. And if you're really exhausted with all the work that goes into getting an affiliate business up and running, you're going to be delighted with how much simpler things are when you're working with CPA marketing. Once again, there's no writing, there's no selling, there's no psychology, there's no creating products, there's no sucking up to anybody. You just find products that work, you promote them. It can't get any simpler than that. And we're going to show you all the steps on finding networks that are doing well. We're going to show you how to avoid sales letters. We're going to show you how to avoid Photoshop. We're going to show you how to avoid all the mess that goes into an affiliate business. It's a lot easier and a lot more streamlined here. And look, even if you know all of this stuff, like let's say that you are a genius, brilliant affiliate, and you already know all there is to know about copywriting, right? Because you've spent a year studying copywriting. And then you've spent time recruiting virtual assistants to handle your support for, all of your product launches. Oh, and on top of that, you've hired a JV broker, and the JV broker is in charge of sending all the, hey, bro, I've got a new launch coming on the 25th, and I've got some swipes right here, so if you'd like to promote, that would be really cool, and you know that I reciprocate. All right, bro, I'll talk to you later. Right, you've already got all that set up. It's okay because this saves you time. It saves you the time that you would spend launching a product. That's a month and a half of work, even if you're outsourcing stuff, especially if it's going to be like a really big polished product. Now, obviously, if you're going to do a JSON flatline thing and just talk on, some really simple mind maps or something, it's faster, but it's still something that takes energy too. And you're not going to have to worry about spending that energy in CPA marketing because it's just you find the traffic, you optimize, and you're done. There are a lot fewer moving parts, okay? Think about the time you got to spend networking, whether it's with other affiliates, whether it's with customers. It goes on and on and on. It feels endless sometimes. So I know that a lot of you are already doing well as affiliate marketers in the traditional sense, and you're moving to CPA because you can scale your results, and it's less work. It's, like I said, it's infinitely scalable. And there are just fewer things to worry about because the partner site is handling the conversions. Now, what does that mean? It means that we are sending traffic, they're doing the rest. So that means we don't need a company, all right? We don't need to convince them that Netflix or Home Depot are trustworthy. We just send them to those sites, and those websites do the rest. We don't need our own website. I will share with you some methods that do use a website, but it's not the end of the world if you ain't got it. And you don't need technical skills, okay? You don't need to know a billion different things. There are a handful of skills that you're going to learn. You're going to master those skills really quickly because you're not getting distracted by the dozen different things you've got to learn in order to make it as a traditional affiliate. And it just becomes a lot simpler and easier to succeed. In a lot of cases, you don't even have to sell anything. I know that some of you guys are a little bit antsed out by the prospect of asking people to buy. First of all, get over that. We're in the sales business. We're in the marketing business. You chose to do this. I mean, if you want to like not get money from anybody, flip burgers, and you can work the register and give them fries, and they'll be happy because they're hot and they're crispy on the inside. But look, you're gonna have to sell. But here you don't really have to as much because the only thing that you're selling, there's no cash exchange. It's just a zip code or a email address or a name. And I understand that for a lot of people that's a lot less pressure. And that is what CPA marketing is all about. It's not a whole lot of work. It's not a whole lot of extraneous stuff to it. So, over the next couple of hours, it's not going to be a big deal for me to share what I know with you. Just because it's not that complicated. It's just about spending your money in a wise manner. And like I said, we'll send them leads, and they will handle conversions. They'll handle customer service. They handle the graphics. They handle the images. They handle backend. They handle coding. They handle all of it's already done. The entire business is done. Okay, all you've got to do is send traffic, and traffic is easy. So in the next video, Let's talk about the CPA marketing mindset. We're going to focus on a handful of the reasons that people blow it in marketing, why they can't get started, and why once they get started, in a lot of cases, they can't scale up. And I know that I had a lot of problems scaling up when I first started. We're going to blow those away because really it's really down to like 2 or 3 or 4 reasons why that happens. We're going to talk about all of them in depth. We're going to give you a fresh perspective, and we're going to give you the mental and digital tools you need in order to succeed. So stay tuned.